For 2 years, as inflation skyrocketed, crime soared, the border was erased, Afghanistan was a disaster, and Joe Biden destroyed our country, the American people have been besieged with lies from the partisan witch hunt known as the Unselect Committee on January 6th. The committee cut the part of my speech out where I encouraged protesters to make their voices heard peacefully and patriotically, but nobody ever says that. Liz Cheney, who lost her congressional race in Wyoming by the largest margin ever for a sitting congressperson, that's 40%, deliberately omitted the part of my tweet where I told protesters to go home with love and in peace. They claimed I did not respond for 187 minutes, when in fact I issued a statement urging peace and respect for law enforcement within 25 minutes of the Capitol breach, and another statement 30 minutes after that. The real story is what the Unselect Committee did not mention in their fake trial. And this was really fake. Days before the protest, I urged the deployment of 10,000 to 20,000 National Guard troops to keep the event safe for all involved. We wanted security, we wanted safety. There was no insurrection, and there wasn't going to be an insurrection. It was made up by these sick people. Nancy Pelosi and the D.C. mayor refused. If they'd listened to me, my recommendation, none of this would have happened, and you wouldn't have heard about January 6th as we know it. They covered up multiple tweets, and they covered up a video which were censored by Twitter and the FBI, in which I called for law and order and for no violence. And then they pushed an absurd and discredited story where I supposedly lunged for the steering wheel in an attempt to commandeer a presidential limousine. Think of it. I lunged for a steering wheel, and they believe that story. Nobody believes that story. The committee barely even discussed the catastrophic security failures at the Capitol, and they didn't discuss the other thing, the reason that everybody went there, the election, which was a corrupt disaster. They did not discuss why the doors were flung wide open for people to walk right in, and they didn't discuss the role of federal informants. Most importantly, the Unselect Committee did not produce a single shred of evidence that I in any way intended or wanted violence at our Capitol. The evidence does not exist because the claim is baseless and a monstrous lie. They know it. It's just like the Russia hoax. This is absolutely no different. It's misinformation, the only thing they're good at. Cheating in elections, misinformation. The events of January 6th were not an insurrection. They were a protest that tragically got out of control and which the left has been weaponizing ever since to censor, spy on, and persecute American citizens. The entire phony hoax is about taking away your speech, taking away your vote, and taking away your freedom. These are sick people. These are Marxists, and they're very dangerous and very bad people. From the day I came down the escalator, it has been one witch hunt after another. Whether it was the Russia, Ukraine, impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, the FBI censorship of the laptop from hell, the boxes hoax, where if you take a look at that one, they raided Mar-a-Lago, and under the Presidential Records Act, they're not allowed to do that. And then if you look at the Clinton Socks case, it's a total victory for all presidents that leave the White House with things. So that's another hoax, a big hoax. And they put a major Trump hater, and his family is a major Trump hater, and his friends are all Trump haters, and he's in charge of this investigation. The people aren't going to stand for it. Alongside these other persecutions, the Unselect Committee will go down in history as a con job and a disgrace. They want to stop us from taking back our country, but they will fail. They will not win. We will make America great again.